Welcome to Financial Buzz Market Weekly. I'm RK Walker here at the New York Stock Exchange, bringing you a review of this week's stock market. On Monday, construction spending for May fell 0.8% versus a 0.4% gain for the previous month. The PMI manufacturing index for June rose a 1/10 point to 50.6, one of its lowest readings in 10 years, and the ISM manufacturing index fell 0.4 point to 51.7. The U.S. and China agreed not to impose new tariffs, and President Trump said restrictions on American companies selling to Huawei will be relaxed. Markets surged with the Dow Industrials gaining 117 points and the S&P 500 closing at a record high. On Tuesday, markets continued upward. However, banks didn't do very well as interest rates continued to decline. The Dow Industrials gained 69 points and the S&P 500 set another record closing high. 10-year Treasuries yielded 1.98%, and gold climbed 1.5% to $1,409 an ounce. West Texas Intermediate crude fell 3.4% to $57.12 a barrel. On Wednesday, motor vehicle sales for June fell 0.6% to an annualized 17.3 million units, and the ISM non-manufacturing index for June fell 1.8 points to 55.1. The ADP employment report for June saw a lackluster 102,000 rise in private payrolls, and jobless claims for the week ending June 29th declined 8,000 to 221,000. Factory orders for May declined 0.7%. All the weak economic data led investors to believe the Fed will lower interest rates later this month, and markets rallied with both the Dow Industrials and the S&P 500 closing at all-time highs. On Thursday, markets were closed for the 4th of July holiday, and on Friday, non-farm payrolls for June shot up a strong 224,000. The unemployment rate ticked up 0.1% to 3.7%, and average hourly earnings rose 0.2%. Markets opened sharply lower as investors worried that strong job growth dampened prospects of an interest rate cut by the Fed. Now let's take a look at some stocks. Tesla Inc. on late Tuesday announced record second quarter production of over 87,000 vehicles and record deliveries of over 95,000 vehicles. However, the company didn't release any Q2 earnings. Shares surged on the news to over $239 on Wednesday morning. Omnova Solutions announced that it has agreed to be acquired by Synthomer plc for $10.15 per share in an all-cash transaction. The price represents a 52% premium over Omnova's 3-month weighted average share price. Omnova's shares rose over 50% on the news, reaching a high of $10.70 on Wednesday. USANA Health Sciences Inc. announced on Tuesday preliminary second quarter results and updated its outlook for fiscal 2019. The company disclosed the challenging consumer environment it encountered in China and anticipated weaker net sales of around $255 million, down from $301 million a year ago. USANA's shares fell after the announcement, reaching a low of $61.26 on Wednesday. Karyopharm Therapeutics announced on Wednesday that the U.S. FDA has approved oral Xpovio for the treatment of adult patients with relapsed or refractory multiple myeloma. Shares surged over 35% on the announcement, reaching a high of $9.25 on Wednesday. This is Financial Buzz Market Weekly. I'm RK Walker, and I'll see you again next week.